Hello and welcome to the World Tour episode of Skillcraft Season 2. It's already getting to night. I didn't plan this through very well. So yeah, we recently wrapped up Season 2 of Skillcraft, and I think it's perfect time to do a World Tour because, well, I built a lot of cool stuff. Yes, this episode is kind of just an excuse for me to brag, but it's also a bit of a fun trip down memory lane because a lot of these builds were done like quite a few months ago. The first episode of this was actually in February, and it's now December, as you can tell by the Christmas skin. So we've been going 11 months. That's crazy, almost a year. So let's see what we achieved in that time, right? So this is my current base, but I think I'm gonna leave this one and head over to spawn, which has a hole in it. So this is the server rules. I made this pretty cool sword. Funny enough, one of my favorite builds on this. I mean, it's so small and like kind of insignificant, but I think it looks really cool. I'm super proud of this design actually. And you know what? I might as well mention it now. Yeah, this is Trident Hill's base, and I'm sorry if I get anyone's bases wrong. I'm not entirely sure which base belongs to some people. That's a little bit embarrassing, but I do know this one, and I mean, what you see is what you get. It's a massive just jungle tree. Yeah, there's not much else to this one. There's a big water thing, waterfall, that's what it's called, to get up there. This giant staircase, which is so impractical, but I do love it. It's actually really quite slow and difficult. I mean, you know, I'm doing it though. Oh wow, maybe I judged this too harshly. This is actually pretty good. This is going surprisingly well. Oh, I'm getting into a rhythm now. When we're like, we're barely even up. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. But yeah, up here is just kind of a platform and a little blue parrot. But you do get a pretty nice view of my base. So if we fly back down, there is this pretty cool build here. And I don't actually know who built it. I can't remember for the... Oh, that was a bit close. I can't remember for the life of me. And I'm so sorry to whoever built this. But it's really cool. This is such a cool build. I love it. And then opposite here, we have Iray's base. This is very like dense and packed with just loads of really cool little builds. And I love this base. I love the way everything is kind of just on its own really detailed, cool, interesting build like these over here. And yeah, it just gives it a very like dense feel. And there's this thing, which I'm not exactly sure what it is. But the trees are very nice, and it looks kind of ominous with these redstone torches, so I think I'm going to leave that for now, and actually take a look in the middle here. So we have this shop here, which I've just landed on, which is a rocket and shulker box shop. That's by Skilltree. We've got a redstone shop by Skilltree. We've got Iray's bookshop, which I don't think sold a single book. We got Iray's naming shop, which was really cool. The Rubik's Cube we burnt down during the war. Longhorns, which is my shop here that sold horns. We got the Nether portal here, and then the big city, the main build in this, which well, I built. And weirdly enough, I kind of forget that I've built this, which is pretty crazy considering the scale of it. I mean, this is basically an entire base. It's pretty crazy. And I really love this build. Building a city is something I've never really been able to get down, but I love this one. I love the way it feels lived in. It feels dense. It feels like an actual city. But when you like fly out and take a look, I mean, it's literally one street. It's one row of houses. But I love all the texturing work that I did. All of the buildings look really cool in my opinion. This little custom tree, which is, yeah, not my best work. It is really quite flat. But I'm learning trees, alright? That was kind of a goal this season, is to kind of improve my trees. This is maybe not the best example of it. But I did build a few around the server. And this thing, the first building I built for this city, and the most successful. I think now is the best time to go over the profits book. So this is my bookshop, and it sells every single enchanted book in the game. Not technically fully stocked up, because there were quite a few sales in the last moments of the server. But as you can imagine, books are incredibly popular. Well, these ones maybe aren't so much. These really didn't sell at all. which is why they're at the top and they're very cheap. But while I was doing this, every single diamond that I made on this server, I kept in my profits book. So I've got a few shops. I've got the bone shop, which is actually that one there. That made a total of 8 diamonds. We got the tough shop, which is this one right behind me. That made a total of 10 diamonds. And then the big one, the bookshop, this made a lot of diamonds. And I'm going to quickly add them all up and see what the total is. The total is actually 256, which is a lot of diamonds, and also conveniently exactly 4 stacks. So that's how much I made from this shop. We've also got Longhorns, which made 16 diamonds. Pretty successful, actually. That was more successful than I thought it would be. And we also sold these buildings. So we sold the birch one, the small brick one, and deep slate. 62 diamonds, which is pretty good. So I'm curious what the actual total is now. We got 352, which is about 5.5 stacks. That's quite a lot of diamonds. I'm pretty happy with all of my shops this season, and it's kind of sad that I won't get to bring this city with me next season because I really love this build. So finally, for the shopping district, we have the government building, which at the end of the season it did get overthrown, hence why this guy is hanging from a pole. And yeah, well, there's a lot of signs and a lot of cake. So yeah, I think the resistance did pretty good work here. So now I want to hop over to the village. This is my starter base, and I've gotten a lot of slander for calling this a starter base. Admittedly, it did take like quite a few episodes, but you know what? To that I say, I don't care. I'm a builder. I'm going to build a big starter base. This thing is awesome. I love it. I'm going to say that for every one of my builds because I'm an incredible builder. And I'm pretty sure no one would contest that. Look at this thing. Okay, I'm kind of joking, but I think this is a really cool build. I love the Viking style. I had so much fun going back to it. We did have plans to maybe return to this build, but unfortunately, yeah, well, I didn't get around to that. We kind of ran out of time this season. My mega base took a long time, but that's fine because it looks great anyway as it is. And let's take a look at this. I think the basement is, yeah, well, it's covered in sand. This was a prank by Skilltree when I moved out of this base, and well, I just never fixed it, so that's just permanently there. But one of my favorite details is the floor. I really love the floor design for this. It looks so cool. I need to do more like ornate cool floors like this. You get to use a lot of cool blocks and make a lot of cool patterns. I love it. So yeah, that is this base here. And we do have this little watchtower here. This is actually my honey farm as well. And I definitely used this a lot when I used all of the copper in my mega base. So now I think I want to head over to Skilltree's base. This got a little bit chaotic towards, well, the war. And there's a lot of signs everywhere, so you're going to have to ignore them. But this is Skilltree's cyberpunk city, and I think it looks really cool. He did a really fantastic job here. And I'm not really sure where all these pink X banners come from. I don't remember putting them there. Maybe I already did that after. This was his base. The door, well, it doesn't work anymore. He did kind of just blow this up. So it's a little bit worse for wear. But other than all of the destruction and chaos, this is a really cool base, and he's definitely improved building. And then we'll follow this bridge over to Squishy's base, and 2 little dogs with armor on. I've not actually seen this armor. Is there any way I can get it off? No, I think you have to, like, you know, own the dogs. And then next to this, also using Cherry, we got the Cherry Empire. This was Bobby's base. Not much has really changed since the start of the season, but it's a pretty nice, quaint little cherry house. And I respect the wall. They put a lot of time into this wall. It took forever. I'm wondering if, yeah, here it is. A little secret base. There's a little secret base in the wall. But I think that this just leaves my mega base. I don't think there are any other builds. I might be forgetting some. And this made up a lot of the efforts of the later half of the season. And I love it. I think this might be my favorite base I've ever done. Mainly because it's kind of my largest. It's also probably my most detailed. There are, well, okay. Maybe not for the interiors. The interiors are quite lacking. But other than that, some of these areas are super detailed, like this lake. I really love this lake. I think this boat design, really fun. I'm going to see if I can try and use that again sometime. And these planes were super fun to design and just place everywhere. This kind of destroyed one. There's a lot of them flying in the air, which give the base just so much life. And I really just, I love this view here as you're flying in. It's very orange, it's a very orange base, but that just kind of fits the steampunk look. And then of course we got the massive blimp that we will only look at from one side. Don't ask why, just accept it. But this one does technically have an interior. It's quite bland, I'm gonna be honest, but you know, there's stuff in here. It's a lot better than what I usually do. And this is my storage room, of course, and this might be my favorite room. It's so much fun. The captain's cabin, quarters, I don't know. The helm of the ship, is that the right words? Who knows? But yeah, that is kind of everything. This has been a really fun season, in my opinion. Way better than season 1. And before I end this, I want to just take a look at the difference in scale between my season 2 mega base and my season 1 mega base. This one is really fun. I love this build, but I think I've definitely improved. So I think season 2 is coming to an end. Well, technically, as of recording this, the first episode's already gone out, but so we've kind of already come to an end. But like, now it's official. It's sad. We've done a world tour episode. It's officially over, and I've had a lot of fun. Everyone on the world, I'm assuming, has had a lot of fun, and we're super excited for the future of Skillcraft and some other things here and there. And next season, it's gonna be a lot bigger. It's gonna be a lot better, and maybe we'll be saying goodbye to Bedrock. Well, I think I'm just done now. What do I do now? What do I do while I wait for season 3? I guess I guess I'm just gonna sit here and wait.